Now you're a mom.
Yes.
I mean, how do you balance it all? Because I'm at this weird point where like, I'm a late bloomer in my career. Things started to take off.
Yeah.
And I know that the clock is ticking. I already have like barely, I got like one dusty egg left. It's like, how do you balance it all? And I know that's an annoying question.
It's not an annoying
but like
question.
P2P, it is an annoying question, but because everyone is like, how do moms, women do it all? We figure it out. We just do it all.
We do.
But I feel like, are you in a different place right now? Like taking a back seat a little bit more to some things. You're like, okay, I'm going to produce. I'm not, I mean, you're still working a ton, but like, how did you find, how did you give yourself grace to be like, this is it. This is when I'm going to become a mom?
I mean, if you should be so lucky to find a person that you want to venture into that chapter of your life with, like, yeah, I just sort of jumped in and was grateful that it all unfolded the way that it did. And it is it's tricky territory because as a person who is incredibly grateful for their career, and it is a huge part of my identity, it is a balancing act of trying to figure out, well, I think it's important to model to my children that I love what I do.
Right.
And it's always going to be a part of my life. And balancing that with also being a mom, which is like the single greatest thing I've ever been lucky enough to do, And so your priority shift, I feel like if anything, I'm a better advocate for myself now since becoming a parent.
Yeah.
I'm better at saying no.
Yeah.
I'm better at just having my boundaries,
I don't have a boundary. Mandy, I don't even know what a boundary is because I've been in this space, especially in comedy, just been like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, I can't wait to just, pick up the phone from an agent and go, no, I'm not doing it.
I'm good.
This is absolutely not podcast, but it's been absolutely full throttle for the last like 6 years.
Well,
That's gotta feel refreshing.
When you enter that chapter in that season of your life, you will find that it just comes naturally. You don't even think about it. But yeah, I still struggle with that because, you're like, opportunities come up and you're like, well, I mean, I feel really lucky. I had my first little guy and I was on This Is Us and I went back to work a month after having him.
Wow.
It was just like, I had to jump back into it, but it's an ensemble.
It's a humble brag that Mandy has a fast metabolism and bounce back quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Not true. It's just angles, the way that they shot everything.
It's lighting and angles.
Lighting and angles.
Lighting and angles.
Oh, correct.
Every woman knows you gotta have the good lighting and angles.
I shot that show until I was like 9 months pregnant.
Wow.
Granted, I jumped back and forth in time too. So sometimes I did happen to be pregnant.
Right.
And sometimes I wasn't. And then I went back to work with my second guy when he was 6 weeks old. And I felt lucky because I wasn't looking to work, but this opportunity kind of like landed in my lap. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And I'm grateful that I had the support infrastructure in my life to make that happen. And I got to bring my baby to work with me and
it's beautiful.
Made it all work.
God, you're so inspiring. I've been like teeter-tottering back and forth. I mean, I guess my life's a little different because I'm on the road and it's a grind. Like I'm like, I'm throwing a baby on a baby Bjorn and going to do shows in Sacramento. I don't know. But if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do.
You'll figure it out when you're like, I'm going to do this. It's like, it will all figure itself out. Like we're women and we somehow we're heroic and we manage to like make it all work.
Isn't it so wild that we get so much shit done? Like my husband will, and I don't know what your husband's like, but my husband will write a list. Like I'm a big list person because I have crippling ADHD, so I have to write it down. I'm visual, and I gotta strike it off the list. My husband will get 3 things done in a day, and I've done an entire yellow legal pad of shit. It's like, and we can't have a female president. I watched my husband try and put on a duvet cover for like 2.5 hours the other day, and I've never been so turned off in my life. I'm like, you can't figure out how to put on a duvet cover? Like get your shit together. I
love it.
Yeah, we're struggling out here.